As we learned from our last presentation, most students experience fears and anxieties during their first years of college. Many of these worries can be alleviated with following simple strategies, many of which are freely available for use online, that were created by universities and former college students around the world. These tips cover a wide range of advice to help you be more successful and less stressed in college. These include what to eat to stay healthy, how to study, write papers, take tests, and several other school survival guides. In this presentation, we will look at the strategy of time management. Time management guides describe hundreds of strategies that can be used in order to better manage your time, yet they all boil down to several basic skills, which include the need to be well organized, developing the ability to plan ahead, breaking down large tasks to smaller chunks, avoiding putting activities off, overextending oneself, going to class, and developing good study habits. These time management strategies are the most basic yet difficult skills you must learn in order to be successful in not only in college, but in your future job and life in general. Time management is the ability to manage yourself in relation to time, meaning the ability to change your current activities which cause you to waste time. It is trying different ways to enable you to find the best way to make use of that time. We only have 24 hours in a day. How can we use that time effectively and efficiently to help relieve some of the stress, fears, and anxieties that going to college brings? Selecting your first semester set of classes is very exciting. I still remember the first time I looked through the course catalog prior to my freshman year in college. Before the semester began, the possibilities were endless as to what I could take and where my classes would lead me. Then I got to that first class and was handed the syllabus or guide to the course activities, assignments, and tests for that semester. I knew in the back of my mind that this was just the first of 2 or 3 others I would get in this week of classes. Reviewing all the syllabi, I started to feel the first signs of stress and anxiety over how I was going to find time to do all the work this semester's classes would require. How was I basically going to manage my time in order to successfully pass this semester? Almost every student experiences this in that first week of classes, especially when it's their freshman year in college. So let's take a look at several time management strategies that can help you as you face your first week of courses. The best place to start is to discover how you currently use your time by taking a time management survey. This one is created by Oakton Community College. The link to this quiz was one of the activities for this week, so if you have yet to take it, please do so now. Keep in mind, many of the questions presented in this short survey are actual time management strategies. Answer the questions as honestly as possible. When done, click on the button for Evaluate My Score and read your results. As already mentioned, many of the questions on the quiz were actual time management strategies. For example, several of them referred to one of the top tips for managing time effectively, the practice of writing things down. One of the best things you can do is to purchase and actually use a calendar and notebooks for writing things down, which will help you stay organized and focused. It is difficult to remember everything you have to do in a single semester. Also, purchase colored markers and use them to indicate different activities and due dates for each class. For example, the color blue can show one class's assignments and tests, while green could be used for another class. Or you could use red to show all test dates and green for all assignment due dates. The other questions asked in the survey refer to the time management strategy of planning ahead and planning for the unexpected. Planning ahead means actually using your calendar to check when course papers are due, then figuring out the best time to actually begin the assignment. This is what I call a start date. Don't start the assignment on the day it's due. That is a definite misuse of your time. When figuring the start date of an assignment, look at how long it would take you to do all the tasks needed to complete it, such as coming up with a topic, creating an outline, doing the research, typing it up, and doing edits. Once you find out how many days that takes, count backwards from the due date to allow for that time. This would be the day you begin, or your start date. On your calendar, each assignment, homework, or paper should be indicated by some sort of start date. Now, planning for the unexpected means one never knows what might come up even under the best planned schedules. For example, you may have begun a paper according to your start date, but what happens if you get the flu? Perhaps adding a couple of days to your start dates can help when you run into the unexpected. Other time management strategies are chunk your time. Doing many assignments or projects at one time may seem like you're using your time effectively, but you will really get more done by focusing your energy on one thing at a time. Don't try to do everything at once. Break down assignments into smaller, more doable chunks. Using the start date strategy mentioned earlier helps to indicate how many days it will take to complete an assignment, but also adding what specific tasks, for example, coming up with a topic or researching, to each day is an effective use of your allotted time. Once you have finished one assignment, you can then check it off your list and move on to the next. It gives you a feeling of accomplishment and helps to motivate you for the next assignment. Don't procrastinate. We are all procrastinators to some degree, which means we put things off till the last minute. It is hard to study, especially in Hawaii, when the weather is bright, sunny, hot, and the ocean is calling your name. But to really be effective with managing your time, you have to find a way to ignore these distractions. If you are more of a night person, basically enjoy having your evenings free, try to wake up earlier to give you more time during the day for homework and studying, and do the opposite if you like to have your days open for your own social activities. One of the toughest things is learning how to say no, yet it is one of the best things to learn in order to better manage your time. Don't overload on classes. A normal semester course load is only 6 to 12 credits, which are 2 to 4 classes. Many students only take 3 courses, especially in their first semester of college. Taking more than 18 credits a semester is unnecessary and will result in extra stress and less time to concentrate on each class. Avoid skipping. Going to class is one of the most effective and efficient uses of your time. It makes it easier for you to keep up with the materials and gives you the opportunity to ask questions of the instructor. Get the most out of when you are in class by also reading over course materials prior to going, which will better prepare you for that day of course activities and also allows you to be more interactive. Allot sufficient time for studying. On average, students should spend about 2 hours of study time for each hour of class. If you are taking 12 credits in a semester, you should give yourself 24 hours a week for studying, which would include your reading, writing papers, preparing projects, and prepping for exams. When studying, you should find an area that is distraction-free and is most conducive to getting your work done efficiently and effectively. You could go to the library or use earphones if you live in a dorm or an area that is crowded. Teaming up with classmates to form a study group is yet another way to help manage your study time more effectively. Sometimes teamwork can be a better and faster way to get through materials and debate course topics. These tips or strategies seem basic and simple, yet they are all difficult to do when you are on your own for the first time and given all the freedom college brings. Many students will learn to live by these strategies by trial and error, meaning they may have to experience failing an assignment, test, or even a whole course before realizing the need for better time management skills. The best tip of all would be to not be afraid to try different strategies and combinations to see what best works for you. whether that means sitting in a quiet corner room to study for an upcoming exam, laying a blanket out on the campus lawn with a group of classmates to discuss an upcoming paper, or sitting in the middle of a crowded cafeteria with your earphones on, jamming to your favorite band as you create your next project outline.